If you would free your mind, I would be free enough to free your soul. I don't have time, I got a flight, I can't stay. I packed my bags, now I'm off to LA. Without a warning, I'm just California. I just touched down, now I'm here in LA. Tell me, am I dreaming? Postcard California. I love New York, but I have to get away. I go to Cali, the sunshine place. Suntans and beaches in cool California. I feel New York, but I just can't stay. Yeah. What's up? This is the Street Exchange, you know what I mean? We back, you know what I mean? This is right here, Rocks the Q. You know, everybody know me on the low as IQ. You know, I got my homeboy out here, my Cali brethren, you know, out here right now, you know what I mean? It's skating destroy for Lymphoma, you know what I'm saying? He's skating from San Francisco to Los Angeles back and to go back and do it again. So what's up, my man? What's happening? How you doing? Explain yourself right now on the Street Exchange. All right. So what's going on, man? I see you doing all this skating. You know, we know you as a skateboard legend. But right now, what's going on? You doing the calls or something like that? Explain it. Tell me what it's about.
Yeah, well, I came to LA from San Francisco on my skateboard last year from the Golden Gate Bridge. I left, and I skate down to one, and it took 14 days. When I got here, I looked around. The weather was awesome, and there's all this ass out here. I couldn't help myself but to stay. So the journey took me 14 days to do, and it was pretty awesome. But I have a friend of mine that I've known since I was a child. His name is Joe Moody, and he is battling lymphoma right now. And I'm trying to get my butt back up there. Well, I'm going to get my butt back there to skate down for him to raise awareness for lymphoma, to whoever may ask me what's going on, and to raise some money for my buddy Joseph in case this doesn't take for some reason or another. His brother just gave him about a week's worth of bone marrow transplant, and he was in a halfway house about 2 blocks away from the hospital for a little while, and now he's just getting back home. And I talked to him a couple times on the telephone, and he seemed high in spirits, but I could tell that he was still adjusting to his new blood, because he basically had a whole new oil change when he did this bone marrow transplant with his brother Jason. It hurts like hell, first of all, for both of the people, and then basically they kill off the cells, I guess, and regenerate new cells and let them go from there. So I don't know how the process really works. I'm still doing research on it, but I'm a firm believer in backing up things that are really not in our control. So if I have a way to do that, I'm going to do it. And I figured by skateboarding down here and raising some money for him, his bills are astronomical as it is. So if I can raise money for him and he has that hidden away in the cuts, like if he has to go back in the hospital, he don't got to worry. And yeah, that's what my deal is, man. I'm living a healthy life out here in California, and my buddy's struggling, like physically dying. but he had a battle with brain cancer when he was 24, and he's strong as all hell. And I feel like he can also knock this lymphoma thing's dick in the dirt also. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. I commend you on what you're doing for your friend there. There's a lot of things going on while you're doing this. This is like okay, you're making the first stance, the first call to a friend, which is very honorable, I believe. And also, you're taking your talents and making awareness about it. You know, that's so unselfish of you to do. And to do something like this is a feat in itself, I must say, because traveling all those miles on a skateboard to, from San Francisco back to Los Angeles to LA is a big deal. I mean, you did it once, but you're talking about doing it twice in a row, like back to back.
I'm trying to keep it 200, man. That's all I can do with my buddy. There ain't no 100 out here. I gotta double down my buddy. The longer I'm on the road, the more money I'm able to raise for his cause, and then raise more awareness about lymphoma. That's the deal. You know, I don't want to be out there just lollygagging around on my skateboard. I want to be bombing hills and fucking shit up, and then being able to come at people when they ask me what's this all about, and hit them with the facts. You know what I mean? So
hit them with the facts.
It really rings true.
Yeah. Wow. You said keep it 200. Like that's that new stuff right there, man. That keep it 200.
Yeah, man. I'm ahead of it. I'm ahead of the curve, the terms, all that good stuff. You know, yeah, I'm used to innovating and running with the crowd. I like to keep it lit. You know, my brain's pretty scrambled at times, so, you know, I'm lit. And that's about all I can say about that. I've been skateboarding for 34 years, so it's a no-brainer for me to go ahead and hit the road.
Well, that's the question I was going to ask. Excuse me, but that's the question I was going to ask, because the awareness of your friend, you know, Joe Moody, is a good cause, a big deal. I mean, that's something that we should all pay attention. And, you know, all you people out there, you should, you know, donate to the cause, to the fundraiser that we're having for the donation. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can go to you can go to GoFundMe.com at Lymphoma Skate and Destroy. Lymphoma SF2LA. Okay?
Yeah, that's the handle. The handle is Skate and Destroy Lymphoma SF2LA. And then you can also go on Facebook and type in Joe Moody has lymphoma, and you can get more details on his story and mine. And now I'm gearing up and getting ready to keep it 200. That's real.
Wow. So you about to go out there. So as I'm asking you, so how long you been skating?
My birthday was on September 8th, and I got my first skateboard when I turned 10. And I just had a birthday, so I am 44 years young.
Okay. Okay, so you've been skating, wow, for 35 years, basically.
34 years.
34 years.
I'm not that old.
Well, you've been doing it for a while then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I met you in Venice.
Yeah, I'm out of the streets, man. I'm in love with the gravel.
Yeah, I know you are, because that's why I met you. I met you in Venice, you know, always skating, you know what I'm saying, in the skate park area, you know, down there by Venice. So you definitely a legend in the game, which I'll give you props on that. But doing things like this, this has to be some sort of Guinness Book of World Record move that you're doing also while you're making this cause, the awareness for this cause. I mean, I would agree. Yeah. You know, this is some legendary skater stuff that you're doing right here. And, you know, it's going to get around. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And yeah. I'm glad Go ahead.
I'm gonna put it up on YouTube, so it's a live feed most of the way, so people can actually watch as I'm going down the highway. And the plan is to make a documentary and try to sell it to one of these big wig companies, so that I could break off some cheddar to my boy Joe Moody.
That's right. That's good. Break off some cheddar.
I'm basically out here pimping myself. I don't want to be a movie star, but if I have to get my buddy Joe going, then I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
Well,
I
bring
will be
Joe,
that movie star.
bring Joe in the game with you. You know what I mean? And bring the awareness
Yes,
of
sir.
that.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, man. Like, I skated down here last year for breast cancer awareness, and it went great. I had adventures, man. I had adventures. I met some people. Like when I came out of Big Sur, I got pulled over by this chick and her husband, and they asked me if I wanted some water and a granola bar, and I was all like, oh, heck yeah, because, there's not very many stores in between the skate, and I'm sleeping on the side of the road, so I'm taking it as I go with
Right.
the food and the water. And it turned out to be Kelly Slater, one of these the legendary Kelly Slater. I mean, you have to be living underneath a rock to not know who the surfer guy was. And the first thing I said to him was, damn, you're a cute guy. And his wife started laughing her ass off. And he goes, that was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. And I was doing probably like 40 miles an hour through the hairpin turn, and there's a line of cars that was following me, and he happened to be in the number. And for him to say something like that and be at his level and what he does really meant a lot to me. And so that was cool to meet that guy. And then I also had a little bit of a comical episode over outside of Santa Barbara. When I was in Santa Barbara, I stayed in a hotel so I could actually sleep in a bed. And when I left, I spent $155 for this room. The room was awesome, but it wasn't $150 for awesome, so I took some towels with me. So I started skating down the street, and I went to the cigarette shop. It was probably 14 miles outside of Santa Barbara down to one.
Yeah.
And it's over by Santa Claus Beach, I think. And I went into the cigar shop and grabbed some cigarettes. And on my way out, I saw Kevin Costner. And I was like, whoa, that's trippy. And so I smoked a cigarette real quick and split. And then I got some lunch. And then I started down the road some more. And I guess Kevin Costner was in there grabbing some cigars or whatever. I didn't stick around to check it out. And so I'm skating down the street here, and I took a right because there's some train tracks, and there's actually arrows on the ground that mark which way you're supposed to go. It's a bike trail, actually, from San Francisco to L.A., so bikers do it all the time.
Really?
Where they do short spurts, and these arrows tell them where to go. And I lost track of where I was going, so I took a right, and I ended up on private beachfront property. Right. And some dude in the house started yelling at me. I was like, all right, whatever, that dude's tripping. I already been on the road for like 6 days. So I was like, people are kind of weird out on the streets. I'm like, whatever. So I didn't see the little drawbridge, stop the car thingy behind the tree. And he runs out and jumps in his car and starts driving behind me, honking his horn and stuff. And I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? As I'm skating down the road, and I could see, like, there's some trucks parked, but there's a little bit of water in between me and him. And all of a sudden, he jumps out of his truck and starts chasing me like a madman. And so I run behind this to the side of this house and into the backyard. And there's like, this is a sick ass house. And there's this beachfront property. Like, the beach is right there. And there's a private, in her backyard, there's a private volleyball court. So I'm running through the volleyball court, and this lady sticks her head out the window and goes, hey, get the fuck out of my backyard. And I'm all, fuck you, bitch. And I'm running, and the dude didn't chase me through the backyard, which I thought was trippy. So I'm running, and there's these 3 big steps that are just kind of long steps, and I kind of run down with my backpack, my skateboard, and all of a sudden I look over, and there's Kevin Costner with the cigar standing on a hill looking at me, and I see this little path of water, and the trucks are all parked over there, and it looks like public beach. I'm like, all right, I'll just run across this little trickle of water and get my ass over to safety for this madman. I don't know who the hell he is. So Kevin Costner is watching me with his little Australian sheep herding dog, and the dog sitting down looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? So I try to run across this water, and all of a sudden, boosh, I'm like 8 feet underwater with this towel in my backpack, weighing my ass down with all my stuff and my skateboard. I basically was boogie boarding for a second there, and then I sank. And so I had to walk underneath the water, jump up and catch my breath, walk underwater, jump up, catch my breath, walk underwater, and finally I emerged from the water, and oh my God, all drenched wet, and I'm like, fuck, my cigarettes. And Kevin Costner looked at me and he goes, did you just walk underwater? I'm like, yeah, I was too heavy to swim. He's like, I see you pop up, you get air, and you walked underwater. I was like, yeah, fuck, my cigarettes. And he's all, you're the guy from the cigar shop, right? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm all, are you who I think you are? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, man, what the hell? Who is this guy? And he's like, that's our private security. He walked up to me, and the dog's still looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this clown? And I'm just like disheveled, straight wet, looking at my board, pissed off because it's totally waterlogged from boogie boarding. And so Kevin Costner walks down to me, and he gives me $100. He's all, here, I wanted to give you this over at the cigar shop, dude. I saw your sign and think you're awesome. I saw something online, a little blurb about some dude skateboarding down here from San Francisco for breast cancer awareness. He's all, here's $100. And he's all, you know that backyard you ran across? That's my neighbor. I live in this house right here. That's my neighbor. You know who that was? I'm all, no. He's all, Britney Spears. Dude, you just told Britney Spears to shut the fuck up. Fucking bitch. And he's all, I hate my fucking neighbor, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so he's all, the cops are on their way, dude. This is private beach property. It's like super exclusive. We don't even know how you got this far. I'm all, this guy is chasing me. He's all, that's our security guard. He doesn't have a security truck or uniform. He just ran out of something that looked straight up like his house. He's all, I know. We got to work on that. Anyway, don't look at him at all when the cops come. So the cops come, and he talks to them real quick, and they laugh. And I'm just like, motherfuckers, fuck you guys. I'm all drenched and wet and shit, slopping my stuff back into my bag, looking at my wet-ass cigarettes bag. I'm like, oh, I got $100. That's tight. So I get escorted out by the cops. I skate out on my wet-ass board with my shoes in my hands, dripping, just dripping. And I get out to where the train tracks are, and throw away the towels that I thought I was cool with grabbing, and they're just wild. I'm like, I'm not carrying this fucking heavy ass shit. That was a dumbass plan.
Right.
Cool. I almost died from stealing towels from this hotel. So I skated down to Ventura. And I got into Ventura, and I'm like 6 blocks down the main street, and I'm checking out thrift shops and going into this hamburger shop. And on my way into the hamburger shop, sure enough, there's fucking Kevin Costner in a yellow Jeep with his hot-ass wife. And he's all, what's up, Chris? I'm like, hey, what's up, Kevin? And he drives off. He's all, Chris, that is awesome. I was just like, what the fuck is really going on? So, with stories like that on the first trip down, I'm hoping that something cool will rear its head.
Man, you need to write a freaking book, man.
My ass here.
You need to write a book or make a movie about that, man. That sounds like a freaking movie.
Yeah, man, it was a freaking movie. Kevin Costner astounded. He's like looking at me like, and the Academy goes to this drenched ass motherfucker that just told Britney Spears to fucking fuck off.
Oh man. So what you need to do is get another adventure on this trip, or you're gonna have 2 of them. It's crazy. Like you're gonna triple it,
Yeah, and just skateboarding down the one, it's so scenic, and really? What I did in my book and what I'm about to do, I hope I'm just planting a seed for people to go out, because one person can make a difference. Yeah. They just have to want it. Like, I'm homeless living in my van, but I'm here in sunny California with all these broads running around with their bathing suits and their flip-flaps and the jibber-jabbers. Oh, my goodness. Good golly, that's Molly Lee.
But it's great.
So,
But it's great
you
being.
know, anybody can do this. They just have to have the initiative to go out there and use their God-given talent that they work with every day, and go ahead and use it to their advantage to help somebody. You know, it doesn't have to be so self-serving.
Yeah,
You know,
not at all.
that's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to help each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not in any position to go ahead and step out of my van, which is my home, and do this for anybody. But I have to. I want to. It makes me who I am, and that's who I've always been. I'm always trying to help somebody, excluding myself.
It's awareness.
And this time,
it's awareness,
I'm going to be helping myself to help somebody else.
Yeah, it's awareness, and it's awareness on a lot of things. It's awareness on, like, for example, it's awareness on your friends, you know, Joe Moody, but it's also awareness on skateboarding. Like you said earlier, they have a bike path and a skateboard path from here to San Francisco.
Well, it's a bike path. It's just a shoulder of the road. You know, you'll see an arrow on the ground every once in a while to let you know you're still on track.
Okay. Well, that's good.
You can kind of follow that. I didn't even know about it. I kind of figured it out along the way.
Well, that's good because that shows that there are, you know, safety measures put in place for you to do this and to be safe while you're out there, because we do want you to be safe while you're out there.
Yeah, it's trippy the way I did this trip and my timing last time. The places where it would have been the most difficult to do, I ended up doing at nighttime, and that's from San Luis Obispo, probably 10 miles outside of Lompoc.
Okay.
And then from Lompoc, it's like 20 miles uphill.
Wow.
I escaped from Lompoc to about 14 miles outside of Santa Barbara.
20 miles uphill.
And that's the first, I have to take a frontage road during that. You have to get off the highway if there's a frontage road. That's the law. So at certain points, I was actually on the freeway.
Okay.
And it was legal. And then I also had the CHP contact me basically every day to see how I was doing. At first, they thought it was a joke, and then I got to Monterey Bay, and they're like, "This motherfucker is not playing around."
Yeah.
We have to pull him off the road at nighttime. He's got a fucking headlamp on and a fucking flashlight out there with a bike light on his butt. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm bombing hills doing like 35, 40 miles an hour because the hills are at a 7-degree grade and it's fucking 4 miles long. I get sick and tired of standing there. You know, how long can you stand in one place? And I'm standing there for literally like 20 minutes. Like, all right, I'll just go a little bit faster. All of a sudden, I'm doing like 45 miles an hour at nighttime, and I could run into like a blown out tire or some shrapnel or a bump, and I have to reel it back in because I'm not wearing a helmet. It's too hot, and I don't hit my head.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot that goes along with it, man.
There's a lot of mental, man. I'm looking over my shoulder, peeping around corners. You know, your mind starts turning tricks on you. All the ghetto boy stuff starts coming in my skateboard world. You know what I mean?
You start seeing mirages and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I gotta be aware, dude. I don't care. Somebody can roll up on me with no goddamn headlights. Some drunk fuck could be on the road, just swerving. You know, so I ride the shoulder pretty good, but it's funny how the traffic works. It comes in spurts, so that after a spurt of traffic go by like eight or nine cars, sometimes in a row, but kind of spaced out, whatever.
Right.
Then I got like 15, 20 minutes to the road myself. So at the San Luis Obispo and Lompoc skate, I did at nighttime, and if you look at San Luis Obispo to Lompoc, it's about 70 miles. So I did that in one night, and then the next was about 68. So I have 2 nights of gnarly ass skateboarding. Like I don't know how the hell I figured out how to do it, but once I was outside of Morro Bay by 14 miles. I got in front of I think it's Morro Bay City College or whatever. I got to outside of the fence right there, and I ate all my food and saved half of my water and went to sleep for 4 hours, and then woke up at 5 o'clock for some reason, like I need to hit the fucking road. And this is all without a wallet, a phone, I wasn't in contact with anybody. My phone and my wallet got stolen in Santa Cruz when I was at a restaurant. I got up and went to the bathroom, and somebody went in my coat and took my shit.
Wow.
So I had no way to document this or let people know where I was and or where the fuck I was. I had no GPS. I was basically just fucking following my nose, like, or something like a bird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how they migrate south.
Yeah.
And actually, when I was in one of these towns, I think it's I forget the name of the town, but they got like celebrity scarecrows all over the place. And I went by the school, and these fifth graders had their little thing up in the in the glass there, and I read it, and it was about whale migration, and they migrate about the same time that I'm skating down at 7 miles an hour, and that's about how fast I skate. So I was actually migrating with whales the whole way down, which was cool. And then you see the sea line. It's so beautiful, man.
Wow.
But yeah, like
that
skate at night, man, it is insane. It is lonely. And if I was to do it during the day, it's like set up like a train trestle, like just 2 lanes. So if the car was to be coming, there's no shoulder. I have to jump off the road into some fucking cabbage.
Wow.
And that would probably be every 5 minutes in 100-degree weather.
Wow.
So I somehow, foresight, like I said, migrated like a bird, like a mama bird, and went ahead and pulled that shit off. I don't know how the fuck I fucking figured that out or pulled it off. It was just a stroke of luck. Like the gods were guiding me, or like I don't know.
Well, this time
I used my Harriet Tubman skills. Like I can't go back, and I'm stuck out here. And if I don't handle this shit, I ain't gonna get nowhere. So I have to keep moving. I ain't going to stay. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, in that situation, I think this time around you won't be alone. You know what I mean? I think like also you say you have a guy that's filming this episode this time, right?
Yeah, we're trying to film it so that I could put out a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help my friend Joe. So if I could squeeze this out and squeeze some money out of that and break him off some cheddar, I'll be fucking ecstatic.
That'd be great.
Like it's not all for me. It ain't really for me, man. It's just for my friend Joe.
Okay.
Like I've known this guy since I was a kid, and I ain't gonna let him fucking go out like that, dude.
Right.
If something fucking happens and he needs something, I want to make sure that it's there for him. I ain't letting my friend fucking go out like some sucker, dude.
Okay.
I've known him way too long, and he has helped me when I was fucking down and out when my girlfriend left me. She's the love of my life, and man, if I didn't have him, I could have turned to drugs. I haven't had alcohol in my system in 8 years, and he helped me.
That's great.
He helped me through that shit, man. Nobody else helped me through that shit, and I didn't really want anybody to help me with it, but he understood that when I was coming over to hang out with him, it was because first of all, I love him and I want to hang out with him, and he's just a good person, and I'm happy when I'm around him. It's just refreshing, he's so selfless and loving. So it worked out for me that he was copacetic when I came to him with my issue, and he let me know that it was okay.
Well,
I'm a strong person and I can go through this. And that coming from him after he battled brain cancer meant a lot to me. And then for this lymphoma thing to come up, and I have to fucking do this.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
Well, let
and
me say
I'm
this.
not going to do it just once. I'm going to do it twice because I love him 2 times.
Well, let me tell you this, man. I wanted to say this earlier. What you're doing is also is selfless. And you deserve all of the good attention that we're giving you. And we want to continue to be a part of this. Like, even when you're on the road, when you get time, I want to be in it. Like, call us from the road. You know what I mean? So that we can go live again, you know?
Yeah, man. If I have service,
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I lost my phone on the way down last time, so I don't know where and if I'm going to have service. But if I have service,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got nothing to do at nighttime except for sleep. And it would be nice to talk to somebody, even though I have this guy following me in a van and taking video and filming me and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm going to be sleeping on the side of the road. These are my spots. He's going to be filming me going to these spots. You know, they're bathrooms. They're fucking beach heads.
Yeah, someplace that where Wi-Fi
they're on
is
top
at.
of pallets behind Kmart. They're in MP stands. I want all this to get documented because...
Hey, dude, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like this?
I skated down last time with $48 in food stamps after my wallet got stolen, and I managed to make it. So as I got down further, it got warmer, and so, you know, my sleeping situations were easier. But that one skate from San Luis Obispo, when I got to the 70-mile mark or whatever, and I flopped out on the side of the road, I could have totally got bitten by a fucking snake or a spider or some goddamn thing, some marmot fucking run up on me.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Morro Bay, I had some foxes bite me through my sleeping bag while I was sleeping on the beach there. They must have thought I was a burrito or something. But
So
they
foxes,
ran off.
foxes.
All I saw was their eyeballs glowing in the dark, and I thought it was some tweakers or something. I was like, oh shit, they're hella high. Look at their eyeballs. Oh no. And then, like, 3 of them ran up to the other one. I was like, oh, no, there's a bunch of them. Wow, motherfucker. These pickers are trying to run up on me. Their eyes are, like, straight glowing. And then all of a sudden, they all started moving. They moved into the light, and there was a bunch of foxes. I was like, motherfucker, I'm going to bed. Whatever. You know, it's like...
Yo, this is a movie, man.
Out when you're out on the road in the middle of nowhere.
This is a movie. Your adventure is a movie. It's like the ultimate, like, movie, trip-out movie. Like, you know what I mean? That's
I guess. I mean, it's just normal for me, which is really on my tombstone. I'm going to be buried standing up on my skateboard, so we're going to fucking figure that shit out.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? But we want to make sure that everybody know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You go out, your name is Christopher Dunn. Everybody call you Chris, right?
Yeah, they call me Chris or by my last name, Dunn, Dumb, Bum, whatever else they say behind my back. I don't care.
So yeah,
you can call me whatever you want. All press is good press.
Chris Dunn, the skateboard legend.
My friend used to call me Dunn Deal, and Charles Macklin Baker, rest his soul, and then my other friend. He's a good bike messenger friend of mine. Started calling me Done Deal at Get Her Done.
Well, I would say, right. I would say done that. You know what I'm saying? You done that.
I done did that.
Been there, done that.
I'm there. You can call me whatever, man. If they're brand new and they don't rhyme with dumb, I'm stoked.
Yeah, man. But you know, but what I'm liking, you know, what you stand for, and I'm liking your cause, and I'm liking all your stories and all your adventures, you know what I mean? Which we're documenting that right now for the world to know that out here in California, right here in Venice Beach, because I know you myself personally, that, you know, we do have those adventures and everything, and we want to share our experiences in this paradise that we live, right? You know, so
no doubt, this is paradise.
No doubt, you know, we live in paradise. You know, in this urban city, even in the suburbs, country, even the wine areas, or even on the beaches, we're there. You know, living that life. You know what I'm saying? My man right here, he's 100% legend in skateboarding. You know what I'm saying? Right here, living in Venice Beach, California. I've met him myself. I know him. He skateboards everywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we met today in Santa Monica. I was up there in Santa Monica doing what I do with my guitar and stuff, like, you know. And here, who comes skating down here? Done that. You know what I'm saying? Right there. Skateboards up, and he gave me the 411, and I'm here to support you 100%. So we want
Yeah,
to.
man, your music's amazing. So I told you what, like months ago, if I ever was gonna put anything together, that I love your music so much that I'm definitely gonna give it a track.
Well,
Hopefully, I could
definitely.
give it a track, and then the credit song would be dope too, man. I love your music, and everybody that comes by and listens to your music out here on the boardwalk, man, they're feeling it for real. Like that shit's wet. It goes. Like, and it's not anything like what I'm even describing with those acronyms right there. It's just so soothing, and it goes with the beach. You're like pumping blood through these veins of Venice here. When people walk by, they recognize game, and they tip you because you're setting the ambiance there for them, and it's really nice and incredible that you can rock with people like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, indeed, man. I stepped my game up too. It's nothing, what I'm saying, not, nothing against the spots or whatever, Venice or Santa Monica. But yo, lately I've been playing in Santa Monica too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm stepping my
Yeah, we call
game
that
up, moving
Dogtown.
around.
That's the real Dogtown. Venice Dogtown is Santa Monica. So either one, you're bound to make some money. It's easy to live off the fat of the boardwalk here,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh, I'm living off
Venice can
of
get
it
out
for
of
real
hand
too.
sometimes. There's a lot of competition out here. So for you to be over where you were in that spot in Santa Monica, really, like opened my eye. Like, oh, this guy, he's going to go where he wants to go, and he don't have to deal with other people that are busking. There's a lot of there's a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of attitude, not attitude. I'm sorry. People got a big ego, and so they like it to be stroked and be validated. So it's hard to get the spots that you want where and when you're not there, the people that run the businesses around there are kind of bummed out because they got to deal with whatever else is out on the boardwalk. They'd much rather listen to your music because it's so soothing and chill. So for you to be out in Santa Monica today was cool because I knew you were handling business and getting your daily bread and making people feel real good. And the Santa Monica Pier is right there, so you entertain a lot of people all at once, and that right there is raising awareness that it's good to feel good. Like a lot of people don't think it's cool to like give hugs. I make jokes sometimes and stuff like that, but it's all joking. I love everybody. If there's people out there that have problems with me,
I see
like
that. I
that's
see that you
fine.
got love, man, because
We're
you're good
not
people.
supposed to like everybody, so that's cool. I can deal with that. That's why when people ask me how my day's going, I say 50-50.
Oh, okay.
And they're right there with me. Like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that is cool, man. There's a lot going on with us, because we're out there on the scene, we're out there, making it happen. And I'm glad to know you personally and to be a part of the movement and the cause for your homeboy Joe Moody. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
gonna explain that again because he has lymphoma, and that's a serious situation. So my man right here is skating. He's skating destroy lymphoma. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco to LA. You know what I mean? He's skating. So when are you exactly going to be skating? When is the start date?
I have a skateboard from 1984. It's Go Skate or Go Home is the graphic. It's an old Vision skateboard, and I actually use so many skateboards, my finger gets raw from holding it. Okay. So at the top of the nose there, I cut the grip tape off, and I cut up a Louis Vuitton bag. And,
yeah, I seen that. That was crazy, man. That was fly.
Yeah, man, that's comfortable.
That's real fly. What I saw there. That's one of a kind. That's the same skateboard. That's the same skateboard you're gonna skate from San Francisco back down here to LA.
Yes, that's the board that I'm gonna be riding. It's like a little race car.
Yeah. You said I seen it, man. It looked like it's souped up. It's ready to go. It looks really good. and it's really
It's a
way
great hill. I'm
proper.
kind of nervous. These hills are not forgiving when you got really good Swiss PAL bearings. So I got some PAL Swiss bearings that I'm hoping, will serve me well. Those bearings are fucking the best in the world, so
Yeah,
I shouldn't have any problems.
yeah, that
And
skateboard
then the
looks
whole
really
Louis
good.
Vuitton thing, I actually went down to Wilshire the other day, and Louis Vuitton had like some museum thing going on, and it was free to get in. So I had to check in my backpack and my skateboard, and I just put that board together and put the Louis on. So it was like kismet or whatever. And I go in there, and the coat check person's like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And everybody at Louis Vuitton fucking gathered around my skateboard like, "That shit is bad
Yeah,
ass."
it
I was
is.
like,
It is a fact.
there's
Yeah.
like people trying to take pictures with my skateboard in there and stuff. It was crazy. I was like, I feel like I'm part of the Louis Vuitton family, like looking at some old ass boxes that have Louis Vuitton all over it that fill out the fucking Titanic and shit. These rich ass people running around flashing.
Well, we got a photo of
I
you.
feel pretty good.
We got a photo of you and the skateboard, and we're gonna put that up so everybody can see. I mean, the skateboard is fabulous. I touched it myself, and the weight on it is like a professional skateboard. I mean, the wheels on it is fat. I mean,
Yeah, it has 215 independent trucks on it. I wish that I had the money to buy some Ace trucks. If I was in San Francisco, I probably would be able to get them off my buddy Joey Trichet, who owns Ace trucks. I would love to ride those trucks, but I have to ride what I have. So I have these 215s from the 80s, and I got some Cadillac wheels. So I think this board right here is what the pros would probably ride at Upland or Del Mar back in the early 80s, like when Tony Hawk and Dwayne Peters and Lester Kasai and Christian Asoy and Jesse Martinez and Tommy Guerrero are killing it, and Nodis and all those guys, man. I look up to all those guys, and I love San Francisco. That's my roots. I'm part of the Embarcadero family, EMB for life. If you want to hashtag that, and then you'll get a little bit of history. I didn't get any footage at Embarcadero when I skated down there, but everybody knew me and I knew everybody. Video cameras were super expensive, so I'm going to blame it on that. And plus Mike Carroll is man, he was the best fucking skateboarder in the world back then for street skating, and he still amazes me. And my buddy Henry Sanchez and Chico Brenes and James Kelch and Jake Vogel and Dennis, JD Dennis, those guys are my fucking family. And Embarcadero is a pretty big family, and there's a guy named Bobcat, and his name is Jonathan Moody. And this is also Joe's brother. So this guy right here is part of the Embarcadero family, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that my EMB family will recognize game, and you don't have to do anything, but I would love it if you could share this thing. You don't have to really kick down money. I know like pro skaters got obligations and stuff, and kids, and they got problems of their own. So I'm going to try to handle this problem, and hopefully they can just help me by running along everybody and, just get some
pass
props
it out,
and
man.
some love.
Pass it
and
out. Exactly. Pass it out. You know what I'm saying? All your homeboys, the ones that you named, what you say, what y'all called again? Excuse me? What's the name of your crew?
EMB, Embarcadero's Most Blunted.
Okay, yo, BMB, y'all here? Your brethren out here doing a cause. You got the link. You hear him, Just show some love. Pass it out to everybody in the community so that, we can always be on one accord on this one lovely cause that I'm talking about right here for Joe Moody, so we can raise some money, raise some awareness. So all you guys get together and talk about it. But all in all, I think we had a real good conversation about it. Is there anything else you think that we should cover? Yeah,
man, I got extended family too that are from San Francisco, like Jack's team and Hell Ride. Rest in peace, Jake Phelps and Pablo, and my my other brethren up in Portland, Oregon, my Burnside family, and Pigpen and Neil Headings and Osage Buffalo and Sage Boyard and Red Mark Scott. Rest in peace, Monk and Rap and Shorty and Josh Falk and Mikey Chin and Brent Ashley. That's all my family up there in Portland, and then the guys at Marginal Way, my friend Hector, and dude, like the Daggers team down here in Venice. Like, I got family wherever I go because I'm a skateboarder, and it's a culture, dude. And when you have that in your life, you're never alone. You can go anywhere and instantly make a friend.
Right.
And so with that power that I have, I can actually make an impact on anything that I'm trying to raise awareness about. And at this point in time, I want to take care of my brother Joe Moody because this is critical. I need to get this shit going, and I'm gonna man up and do my part so that I could go for a fucking bike ride with this guy. I've been skateboarding for 30, 40 years. You think I don't want to get on a bike? Of course I want to get on a bike, but every time I do, I get hit by a parked car. So I know if I'm skating with my boy Joe Moody, he won't let me get crashed into a parked car, you know?
Hey, Joe, man, you got a real good friend right here. You know what I mean? Your homeboy right here, Chris, is going all out. I mean, he's not 100, he's 200. He's showing you love. He want to make sure that you find and everything is good for you in life, man. What more can a person ask for than to have someone like this in their life? I would definitely keep this fire lit by keep communicating and with Chris, done that to make sure that the awareness and you get broke off so that you can have something to continue to help you with this illness that you have. So I want to thank everybody for listening, and I think we didn't cover most of it, did we? Or is there anything else that you want to say, Dunn?
Man, I just want to say God bless everybody, and man, my buddy Joe Moody, you already whipped up on fucking brain cancer, man. This ain't shit. We got this, man. Right. Anything pops up on me, just know I got your back. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
And, the future ain't set. Nobody's promised tomorrow, but if I do get the chance tomorrow, it's going to go to Joe Moody until I'm finished. 200.
Yeah, Joe Moody, you know what I'm saying? 200. You know what I mean? We definitely want to thank everybody for listening. We're going to stay in touch. We're going to keep this fire lit. This is California right here. You know what I'm saying? Venice Beach, California, Santa Monica, Los Angeles, all of the areas, Culver City, all the whole west side. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love to everybody. Peace and love to everybody. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
to
sir.
all the love, the west side.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Jake Phelps. Rest in peace, Pablo.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. I love everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope I can do this in the future.
Yeah, we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to do it because we're raising awareness, and we're going to always keep everybody on top of their skateboards, you know? So nothing but love and nothing but peace. So I see ya.